One two one two one two 5454 5454. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. 121212. Jordan Sheridan. Can you hear me? Can you see me? 12121212. 121212. Hey folks, Jordan Sheridan live. Status Coup. A historic day in America, in Washington, D.C. We're going to get to all of it. I also, even though he's not on screen, everybody should know that our cameraman, John Farina, is safe and okay. I spoke with him a little while ago. He actually has been in high demand. He just joined Ryan Grimm with The Intercept as a guest on The Intercept's podcast, the Deconstructed podcast. So be on the lookout for John on to talk about his reporting from, by all accounts, an attempted coup, by Donald Trump and his supporters today. So we're going to get into all of it, but Status Coup was on the ground. Specifically, John was on the ground in extremely dangerous conditions. Not just because of the obvious violence that was going on, but because there's a deadly pandemic, and yesterday, 3,400 people died in this country. 3,400 people died of COVID yesterday. Record deaths. Majority of these Trump people trying to basically overthrow and commit treason were not wearing masks. So amazing props to John. I know that, he will be extremely happy that so many of you watched. It was the highest viewed live stream we've ever had. It got almost 30,000 viewers at one point, but because of so many people there on their phones, we had a lot of the buffering going on. So I'm going to get into it. John might be live again in a little bit from D.C. I told him he didn't have to do it. It wasn't necessary, but you can't stop John. He wants to go out and cover it. So definitely, if you can, smash that like button. And if you're feeling super, let us know, because it costs money to do this. And I definitely, I won't get into detail, but gave John a bonus, financial bonus, for his reporting today. So if we do well, I want the people working at Status Coup to do well as well. So we did give John a pretty nice bonus, I would say, for his reporting today. So let's get into it. I have been criticized for years. And smash that like button. Smash that like button. I have been criticized for years for not covering Donald Trump 24/7, for not having Trump derangement syndrome, for not basically only focused on Donald Trump and his corruption, on focusing on the Democratic Party too much. And I thought a lot of those criticisms were unfair, because to me, I don't need to cover what everyone else is doing. I want to cover stories no one else is doing. But at the same time, despite not covering Donald Trump 24/7, we did say Donald Trump is a threat. We did say Donald Trump is a racist, a sexist, an accused rapist. We did say Donald Trump is an Islamophobe. And I got a lot of heat from a lot of viewers, frankly. Keep those super chats coming. Woohoo! Thank you, Brian. Thank you for your coverage. Andy, $10. Yay, raise for John. Like I said, at the end of this year, we gave bonuses to Jen, Colin, John, myself. It wasn't hefty bonuses, but I believe if people are working hard and doing good work, we should thank them and support them. So I gave John an extra bonus for his reporting today. So definitely drop in the super chats so we can afford all this. So thank you, Telfund, $24.99. Captain Waffles, $5. Keep it coming, keep it coming. So I covered Donald Trump when I felt he should be covered, but I didn't do it in a way that I thought would be Trump derangement. I didn't do it in a way that I thought would be Trump derangement. But at this point, it would be irresponsible at this moment to say anything else other than Donald Trump should be arrested. I didn't put it for clicks. I didn't put that as the headline for clicks. I didn't put that as the headline for any other reason than, hold on for a second, folks. For some reason, I'm having some buffering. One second. Why is this buffering? Is anybody getting buffering? Okay, I think we're good now. I think that the headline that I put is a strong statement, but I think when you see what happened today and you see the things that built up to today, I honestly don't know how anybody could think that this man did not violate seditious conspiracy. 18 U.S. Code 2384. If two or more persons in any state or territory or in any place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States, or to levy war against them, or to oppose by force the authority thereof, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States, or by force to seize, take, or possess any property of the United States contrary to the authority thereof, they shall each be fined under this title or imprisoned for more than 20 years. That is the law for sedition. Before we get to today's unprecedented scene at the Capitol, I want to take you back through memory lane. It's just the buildup to this. And I can't show you the entire buildup because we would have to show clips dating back to 2011, when he started the birther movement. But I want to show you just a few clips from our reporting in the field, because we have been out there in the field. We have been out there covering the Democratic primaries. We have been out there covering Flint. We have been out there covering Proud Boys. We have been out there in the field covering these MAGA mania rallies. And I was attacked because I didn't tell you how to vote. I never told anyone how to vote, but I said personally, I decided I could not in good conscience not vote for Biden, despite him being corrupt, despite him being a servant of Wall Street, besides him being a warmonger. I bit my lip, I drank some whiskey, and I voted for Biden because of what I was seeing at these Trump rallies with my own eyes. Before we get to today, I want to remind you of what has been building up to this.
Election, what was it? Election what?
Protection Summit.
Election Protection Summit. Can you explain that? What that is?
Freedom Works about 2 months ago had a seminar of all the possibilities of the election fraud that could be happening, plus all of the things that were already in court, trying to stop the different states from what they were trying to do to change all the rules and regulations for the election.
When was that started?
Freedom Works.
Yeah, when was that established?
Freedom Works has probably been maybe 10 years by now. It's a foundation. It's a nonprofit organization that has had a lot of different organizations come up to the Capitol for various events. and this was just one of them.
Okay. And do you agree with Trump about the election fraud?
Most definitely.
And in what ways? How was there fraud?
Well, I've seen a lot of people. My son, for instance, who lives in Pennsylvania, got 4 different ballots in the mail with his first name correct, but then he was a junior and all kinds of other things. Fortunately, he threw them away except for one. And I've heard of other people where their cats or their animals had gotten ballots in the mail.
Really? Animals?
Oh, yes.
What?
Animals as well.
How does that happen?
Well, apparently
Animals getting ballots in the mail. Animals getting ballots in the mail. Next. And remember to smash that like button. We have 860 people watching. Smash that like button. Keep those super chats coming. I really appreciate them. I will read them when I get a chance.
That ballots, man, they're you know, we knew back in May and June when they were sending all these ballots out to everybody that they were going to use this as an excuse to try and steal the election for Biden. And it just annoys me to no end that we didn't fight mail-in voting harder and make everybody vote on the machine. I stood in line for an hour and a half with a bloody mask on to watch the vote on the machine. And you know, Philadelphia is already notorious for its corruption. So, you know, Philadelphia does this every year, and I've seen people
Does what?
steal. They'll let people vote on the machine who should vote by provisional ballot. They will, you know. Forgive me, I have a stammer and it acts up from time to time.
That's okay.
But yeah, they will let people like vote on the machine who should be voting by provisional ballot, you know, and they will walk people through how to vote.
What I'm trying to understand though is why are mail-in ballots so different than day of? The only difference is what there's early voting where people go in person to vote, right? And then there's mail-in voting because of the situation, coronavirus. So why are those ballots illegitimate to count?
No. I'm not saying I'm not saying that people are sending in illegitimate. Let me put it this way. I'm not saying that it was a terrible fit that there's absentee ballots and all that. What I'm saying is we should have had people vote on the machine because the system lends itself to fraud. And I'm not trying to say don't count votes. I'm just saying, look, the way
The president he said stop the count.
Well, that's the thing. They were sending them out to dead people. They were doing what's called kitchen tabling them, which is where they fill them out, where you grab a whole bunch of different ballots that go to other people or people who are dead, and you fill them out and you just drop them off in.
They're sending out the ballots to dead people. So Biden won by hundreds, and I don't even like Joe Biden. I think he's corrupt. I think he's a warmonger. I think he's a servant of Wall Street. I think he's possibly borderline senile. But the bottom line is, Joe Biden won across many states by hundreds of thousands of votes in the Electoral College. There's not hundreds of thousands of dead people that voted for Joe Biden. And there were people standing out there like him during a pandemic because Donald Trump put it in their head and told them, stop the count. Donald Trump told them, overthrow the results. He was just caught on tape, basically trying to criminally extort the Georgia Secretary of State. Criminally extort the Georgia Secretary of State by telling him, I need you to find over 11,000 votes. And if you don't, you might have problems. That's called extortion. This is from somebody who hasn't covered Trump 24/7. This is from somebody who thinks that the most in the media did it for clicks and profit to fixate on Donald Trump. rather than ignoring income inequality, climate change, the fact that Flint still doesn't have clean water, ignoring actual election fraud in this country, ignoring the Democratic Party rigging the Democratic primary in 2016 and 2020. They ignored all of this. This isn't about Trump derangement, but you have to, at some point, call it what it is. Donald Trump stoked these people to believe in a fantastical conspiracy. And by the way, I heard in the super chat, Convo Couch, we're going to get to them. They also recklessly pushed a fact-free election fraud conspiracy cabal because they're not actually journalists. They're shock jocks pretending to be journalists. Yes, I said it. I met Fiorello once. Seems like a nice person, but they have been reckless. They have pushed a fact-free election fraud conspiracy with zero evidence. Zero evidence. They pushed a theory based on the fact that Democrats rigged the primaries. Yeah, Democrats do rig the primaries. But guess what? Democrats don't run the general election. The Democratic Party doesn't run the general election. Guess what? Just because there are isolated incidents of election fraud, just because there are isolated incidents of election fraud. Jen, could you confirm what they're texting me about the woman who was shot at the Capitol? I don't want to say it unless we have it confirmed. Just because you have isolated incidents of election fraud, just because the Democratic Party successfully rigs elections during the primary. A primary is different than a general election. It is reckless, and I don't give a flying fuck who disagrees. I am a journalist. I have been across America for 5 years. I've been to 40 states. I don't know how many cities I've been to. I have actually covered and broken actual election fraud. Pushing a conspiracy as journalists without providing any evidence, just a theory of what could possibly happen. That's not journalism. That is propaganda. That is clicks. So if you, as a consumer, want to actually be informed, if you, as a news consumer, want to actually be informed, then you shouldn't listen to them. But if you want to just hear your anger validated, then you should listen to them. But let's be very clear, okay? Fox News, OANN, Newsmax, and places like the Convo Couch. Yes, they are no better. 4 clicks, 4 views, 4 ratings, pushed a fact-free conspiracy that hundreds of thousands of... Do you know how hard it is to illegally flip in a coordinated manner across 4 or 5 states? Do you know how hard it is to flip hundreds of thousands of votes from one candidate to another? Do you know how nonsensical it is that on the same ballot, this is what they're saying, listen to this, on the same ballot, they are claiming that at the top level, the vote was flipped from Trump to Biden, but down ballot, on the same exact ballot, the Republicans won. Republicans won House seats on the same ballot. Republicans won Senate seats. So let me get this straight. The Democratic Party, who is corrupt, by the way, I just exposed, I reported it for The Intercept, what they actually did in the Iowa caucus. That's actual election fraud. Go read it, Convo Couch. So we're not debating or disagreeing that the Democratic Party is corrupt. But just as a journalist, you don't let your hatred for a group or the Democratic Party blind you to the actual a case-by-case basis. And on this election, Fox News, Newsmax, the other crazy network, OANN, they and Convo Couch, they provided nothing, no evidence. All they said was, yes, election machines can be manipulated. Yeah, that's true. They can be. Lee Camp has done great reporting on that. They said there were isolated incidents in Michigan and Wisconsin and Georgia. Yeah, there were. But do you understand that the fact that election machines can be manipulated, and do you understand that there being isolated incidents in different states? Do you understand that is not journalistically, again, big words here for these people. Journalistically, that's not actual evidence of anything. And it is insanely irresponsible at a moment of unprecedented polarization and hate in this country to push that. And by the way, to be clear, I'm not blaming them. It is now confirmed that a young woman was shot and killed at the Capitol today. I have the video. I'm not going to play it because it's really, really horrifying. And you see a lot of blood. And I gagged watching it, and I'm not going to play it. But a woman was shot dead at the Capitol. Oh yeah, B, I'm out of my depth. Why don't you explain? Show us the proof. How about that? Show us the evidence of a widespread conspiracy cabal that swung hundreds of thousands of votes. Don't show me evidence. Don't tell me about the Democratic Party rigs primaries. Don't tell me that the Democratic Party rigs everything. Yeah, we know that. That's not evidence that this general election was stolen or rigged. The Democratic Party does not run the general election. The Democratic Party doesn't run each state's elections. It is insanely reckless what they did. If you want as Convo Couch or anybody else to say, hey, we have a real problem with election fraud in this country. It happened during the Democratic primary. We believe there's incidents of frauds during the general election, and we're going to investigate it. No problem. I'm with you. I'm with you. No problem. But that's different than actually claiming to your naive audience, sorry, you're naive if you believe this. That is very different than claiming to your audience that Donald Trump really won the election. Let me just give you an example of how fucking reckless and stupid these people have acted. Fiorella, a few weeks ago, literally tweeted that Real Clear Politics has pulled their call for Joe Biden winning Pennsylvania. Real Clear Politics pulled their call for Donald Trump winning Pennsylvania. The only problem is Real Clear Politics doesn't call state elections. It's a polling site that aggregates polls. Real Clear Politics' founder came out on Twitter responding to Fiorella saying, breaking news, they've pulled Pennsylvania away from Trump, away from Biden, and said, that's not true at all. We did no such thing. She didn't correct it because she's not a journalist. They're not acting like journalists. They're acting like activists and that want clicks. And they are taking their derangement, and it's not just them. They are taking their righteous anger and frustration with the Democratic Party and conflating that onto a general election for where there's no actual evidence that it was stolen from Trump. And why am I specifically pointing them out? Because we are supposed to be the ones that counter the corporate propaganda. We are supposed to be the ones that actually speak truth to power, independent media. I might agree with them on a lot of things, Medicare for all, Green New Deal, Julian Assange, this and that, but they should be ashamed. Because their recklessness in pushing this, and they still have no evidence. They'll continue saying, we showed you the evidence, we showed you the evidence. You didn't want to hear it. No, what they did was talk about the fact that election machines can be manipulated, talk about the fact that there's isolated fraud. Who should I believe? Convo Couch? Or not just my eyes, because I was there in the field in Pennsylvania on the election day, Greg Palast, who has broken more stories on actual election fraud, actual voter suppression. He said it's a joke. It is a joke that this election was rigged. It was rigged against black people voting. There's no evidence of this. And if you want to continue following people that provide zero evidence and are just basically on their version of a righteous jihad against the Democratic Party, and I'm a sellout because I won't go along with their fact-free bullshit, you go right ahead. I don't give a fuck. And apparently Convo Couch is watching me on their live stream, so I'll tell you directly, you should be ashamed of yourself. You've provided zero evidence to your audience, and you helped stoke what happened today at the Capitol. And I don't really care. I'm not here to make friends. It is reckless what you did, and you could do as many videos as you want. You could do, and by the way, I have no interest in coming on your show or having you on my show, because I'm not going to platform conspiracy theorists pretending to be journalists. Moving on. I want to show you a montage of what happened today at the Capitol. This was amazing work. Amazing work from John, our cameraman. Take a look. Oh, hold on one second. Ooh. 1 second, I just got to get it.
Who the hell is on that flag?
Ain't enough of you! You gotta stop us! We're coming! I see you pacing around. Are you thinking about it? We're coming! We see you pacing.
All right, so they just stormed over. They breached the area here. Holy shit, holy shit. Holy shit, guys.
fucking voice! Woo! Forward! You keep fucking... Move! Move! We're not here for you! We're here for America! Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? We're protesting here. This is our home. Our home. Fucking disgrace to you, man. Defend the Constitution. You took an oath. You took an oath. Does that not mean a damn thing to you, does it? You're dead. USA. 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 Nazi bullshit. We want Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump.
Looks like they got pepper sprayed. All right, looks like there's blood on the floor. A lot of blood on the floor. Looks like it might, from this guy. Not sure if he got hit with something. Well, obviously, but. See the ball. You guys see this guy? Push back! They're spraying pepper bullets. Pepper bullets. I can't. No, don't push me. Don't push me. Fuck. Face is burning. Shit. Excuse me? Watch out, watch out.
Come on, guys! Hey, my name is
Don't do that. Why? Hey. No, he's fucking going bricks. Move back. Move back. Why? Fuck you. Keep spraying. You gotta have courage. Turn around. Courage. How dare you! And you can't stand there and tell me that it worked. I'm telling you that the bucket of apples had 10 apples in it, and then now it has 8 apples in it, and you're telling me it still has 10 apples in it. You know that's not true. What kind of a life do you think your family, your children, your grandchildren are going to have in this country if these people do what they want to do? You know, I grew up in the 1960s. I was maybe 7 years old during the riots in South Plainfield. You grew up in the 60s, my people were dying every day. Okay? Thank you. Yeah. The judicial system worked. Yeah. You trust the process. You vote. And that changed. There was no racism in the United States. There was no racism. There was none. Now they've recreated racism. They've recreated it. Not in your world. So all my forefathers who hung on that strange fruit, it did work. But what do you think it's going to do for race relations when they make me pay you for reparations? What do you think that's going to do for race relations, officer? You think it's going to help? You think it's going to make white people like black people? That's what they want to do. It worked. That's what they want to do. They're screwing you. You get where I'm coming from? I'm one human being to another here. They're screwing you over with this Black Lives Matter. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? You're betraying your country right now. Like treasonous traitor. Stand down. You can actually hear the pepper balls hitting the pipes. Oh no! Look at the coppers. Look at the blood. Take yours off. Let's see your eyes. You fucking pigs! Just wait till we get our fucking
All people must leave the area. Failure to comply with this order may subject you to arrest and may subject you to the use of a law control agent.
How's it a traitor? How's it gonna be a traitor? Shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck do you think you're doing? Show me your paycheck! Fuck you guys! You can't even call yourself American! You broke your fucking oath today! 1776, bitch! They're running out of pepper spray, officers! Maybe you need to send away to China for more! Maybe China will have some more pepper spray for you! In there stealing our freedom!
Amazing reporting by John Farina, our cameraman, who was down in D.C. He's been out doing reporting by himself without me on many occasions. That's what he was shooting right there is extremely dangerous. You don't know if actual shots are about to be fired. You don't know if the people you're shooting are going to attack you. I'm going to show you footage of these Trump fans going after journalists. You have no idea what is about to happen. It could go from 0 to 180 very quickly. And he was live for over an hour during this violence. He got maced in the face by police spray. Incredible reporting by John, and I really thank him. If you missed it earlier in the show, I told you that we gave him a bonus for this amazing work, because if we're making money, the people doing the work should also be making money. Kind of a progressive concept, I know. But keep those super chats coming. Before I respond to that, I also want to show you, we actually went up. We're now at 1,789 members. 1,779 members. So we're 21 members away from 1,800. I am asking you, if you are new to Status Coup, if this is the first time you are watching, please consider signing up as a Status Coup member for as low as $5 a month. What you saw today is not the first time we've been out there. We are out there all the time. We are out there in the field. We don't just blow V8 from our studio like the majority of YouTube. We don't just pontificate from our studio. We get out there. So if you can, obviously if you can't, we totally get it. Tough times for everybody right now, but if you can, join us as a Status Coup member for as low as $5 a month. I just put the join link in the super chat. $5 a month will help us to continue covering not just this chaos, but I've been to Flint 17 times in 4 years. Jen, my co-founder, who is sick with COVID, she got COVID covering stories in the field. She went to that batshit Rudy Giuliani press conference with Sidney Powell and the rest of the maskless conspiracy theorist nut jobs. She got COVID covering that press conference. Okay? She got COVID. She has been sick in her room for a month and a half. She is quarantined away from her children for a month and a half because she won the unfortunate lottery of being a coronavirus, what they call a long hauler. Coronavirus, for most people, the worst of it is about 10 to 14 days, and then you start to round the corner. When I had it, the worst of my symptoms really started dissipating after 14 days. She's had it, and other people, long haulers, have had it for a month and a half. She's had a low-grade fever for a month and a half. She's had nausea for a couple weeks. She's had brain fog for a month and a half. She has been away from her children during Thanksgiving. She didn't see them. During Christmas, she didn't see them. During New Year's, she didn't see them. Because she went and covered Rudy Giuliani's press conference, where Rudy Giuliani and his band of fucking conspiracy theorist lunatics refused to wear a mask. Jen was wearing a mask, but it's not like a seatbelt. It reduces the chance of a crash. It doesn't totally eliminate it. Nobody said wearing a mask totally eliminates COVID, but it drastically reduces it. John, our cameraman who shot that amazing footage, is out there risking his health. He has a daughter. He's risking his health to bring this to you. There's a lot of other independent outlets that send fundraising emails 7 times a day, 20 times a week. Give us money, give us money. If you don't give us money, we're not going to survive. Meanwhile, they get $20 million, if you know who I'm talking about, from rich Democratic Party donors. Where did that money go? And then they beg viewers to give them $2 million. To do what? Sit in a studio, cover Russia 24/7, cover Trump 24/7, and be a slightly edgier version of MSNBC. We're asking you to fund us and become a member today, statuscoup.com/join, $5 a month. That's 16 cents a day. Not so we could be rich. Trust me, that's not going to happen. So that we can actually do this work. I can't get into details, but part of why I'm not out there in the field is I've been working, and Jen has been working, 16 hours a day for the last month on an incredibly important investigative story that hopefully will be out soon. That's why I haven't been out in the field, because I've been covering this, working on this investigative story that I actually was out in the field undercover for about a week and a half. I told you guys, I kind of white lied to my audience and said I have my back is acting up. That's why I'm not going live. No, I was out in the field. Because investigative reporting, you have to go places. You have to build sources. Sometimes you have to, do a lot of things when you're in the field. And in a lot of cases, you don't want the people you're investigating to know you're there doing it. Because some people you're investigating could be dangerous. I'm not trying to sell you or be dramatic. Some people are dangerous. The story that we're investigating right now, the people that we're investigating don't want what we have uncovered out. Welcome, new Status Coup member Roosevelt. New Status Coup member Kathleen. New Status Coup member Clint. We are now at 1,781 members. 19 members away from 1,800. Let's get to 1,800 today. John might be back out there tonight. He might be back out there tonight covering this. But if you want actual in-the-field journalism, if you want to watch a channel that actually interviews real people, not pundits, stick with us. Statuscoup.com/join. By the way, big shout outs. Got an incredibly generous donation in our GoFundMe earlier. Peter Iannone, $500. Holy cow. That is incredible. It costs money to do this. We obviously pay John every day. We obviously he's paying for his hotel. We have to pay for travel. I just emailed our the people at LiveView. LiveView is the tech unit we use to go live, and asked them, can you increase our data plan to 40 gigabytes? Our monthly data plan is 30 gigabytes. We bumped it up to 40 because we're going live so many hours this month, and we didn't want to be charged over it, for using more data than our plan allows. All this stuff costs money. Hotels, paying a cameraman, paying Colin, our wonderful editor who cut that montage together, Jen, me. So we're not asking you for money so we could sit here and, blow smoke out of our ass pontificating. We're asking you for money so we could cover these incredibly important stories in the field. Statuscoup.com/join. I also want to thank Gene Sheed, $100. $100. Thank you so much, Gene. You've always been generous. Really appreciate it. Paul, $15. Anonymous, $50. Annette, $20. Elena, $10. Anonymous, $30. This GoFundMe is extremely, extremely also helpful. And by the way, if you're new here, to be clear, we do not have $135,000 in our bank account. I really wish we did. We could hire more people. That is how much we have raised over 2 years from actual people. Our highest donation was $5,000 from a viewer. We've never taken a cent from big banks. We've never taken a cent from the fossil fuckers. We've never taken a cent from big pharma, big real estate, Silicon Valley. None of them. Never taken a dime, and we won't. We refuse. So become a member. Sign up, statuscoup.com/join. If you're already a member, if you got a couple bucks, drop it in our GoFundMe or the Super Chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We just got a few more new members. Thank you. Welcome, new member Kathleen. Welcome, new member Jim. Welcome, new member Shay. Welcome, new member Kevin. Welcome, new member Patrick. Holy cow, it's raining members now. 1,785 members. We are 15 members away from 1,800. 15 members away from 1,800. Hold on. Can you call me so I can put you on the show live? So I want to respond to what I just showed you, and keep signing up. Statuscoup.com/join. Keep signing up. There will be plenty of time to talk about the Democratic Party. I talk about them a lot. The Democratic Party is corrupt. It looks like the Democratic Party now has control of the Senate and the House. So we will talk about the Democratic Party, but today's not a day to talk about the Democratic Party. Today is a day I am all for protest. I cover protests nonstop. I am all for aggressive protests, not violence, but I am all for aggressive protests. I am all for making politicians uncomfortable. I'm all for all of that. But what we saw today was not about protest. What we saw today was about the accumulation, frankly, of a decade. Remember, Donald Trump, and let me update this for you. Donald Trump started his conspiracy movement. He started it about 2010, 2011 with the birther movement. So Donald Trump's conspiracy, Donald Trump's endless conspiracies, which have a dark underbelly of straight up racism, they didn't start with Stop the Steal. It started with the birther movement. It started with Obama wiretapped into his phones, which never happened when he was a candidate. And Donald Trump, because he knew he was going to lose. He's not a stupid person. Donald Trump knew he was going to lose the election. So before the election, he started with, it's rigged. He started with no mail-in ballots. They're rigged. And I'm taking a break to bring you the hero of the hour. John.
Hey, yes.
I wanted to bring you in to talk to the audience. We're doing it kind of gangster style. I'm holding my phone up, hold up to the microphone. Just tell the audience from your perspective being there. Have you ever covered anything like this before?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This was way different than the other rallies that I've covered. This was a riot. I think that's the best way to describe it. A coup. It was a coup. Yeah.
And I've been talking about to the audience that this didn't just start today. We have been covering this for weeks and months. These Trump rallies, the MAGA rallies, the Proud Boy rallies, and it's been building. It's been building to this. Can you kind of talk about the buildup that you've seen for months, from Portland to the campaign, this paranoia, the conspiracy, and frankly, a lot of hate?
Yeah, I think that, today was what they felt was today was their last stand. This was it. Their emotions, the emotions took over. I didn't see anybody trying to de-escalate the situation. They really didn't have a plan as to what they were going to do, but there were people saying that they were going to storm the grounds and try and get into the Capitol. But I just think that they all thought that today was the final. That was it. So this was their last fight.
And for those that don't know, could you kind of talk about what you were balancing all at once? You were getting maced in the face several times, and you were getting maced, and honestly, you really don't know at any given moment. I mean, are real shots gonna be fired? Like, can you kind of talk about what's going through your mind when you see all of these people trying to storm the Capitol? There's mace. Were you worried that it could escalate into worse?
Well, I had a feeling it was going to escalate to worse. Taking the tear gas, the pepper bullets, the pepper spray, and they were firing off. They were throwing flash grenades. Everybody heard the loud explosions. Those were kind of like flash. I guess you would call it a grenade, but it's like a flashbang. It's just meant to kind of disorient you and make you scatter. But I actually got hit in the hand with one, so it bounced off my hand as I was filming, and then it exploded right next to me. My hand's okay though, but they're actually they're rubber, so it was just forceful. It wasn't like it hurt, but I felt the force of it. Yeah, it was just it's a lot to look out for. You gotta watch over your back, and just there was so many things happening. I just had to kind of and half the time I couldn't even see because I had goggles on. It was fogging up, and I'm trying to keep my face covered from the tear gas and the pepper spray getting in my mouth, and it was a mess.
Got it. And I will definitely let people know John has been in the field with me for a lot of it, with Jen for a lot of it, but by himself for a lot of it too, covering these things for months. And he deserves a lot of credit because, honestly, it's not easy to be around this kind of insanity. And frankly, it's potentially dangerous. I mean, a lot of these people don't like journalists. They've been told to hate journalists. And John is very kind to them, A, because he's a good, kind person, but B, because you don't want to get on a lot of these people's bad side. I guess I don't want to speak for you, but I mean, it's walking a tightrope, I would say, being out with these people.
Yeah. I mean, just you kind of have to, you have to watch what you say, questions you ask. because they do have that mob mentality. I mean, a lot of groups do, but there was a point I wanted to make covering these things. Oh man, sorry. Can you repeat that? I had a really good point I wanted to make.
I was pointing out that honestly, you have to watch what you say. Like, I naturally like to push back on a lot of these crazy things people say, but with these people, if you push back too far, you don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah. I meant to get into about journalists and about the media. So, I mean, mainstream media and, certain outlets we know is, whatever, certain propaganda or whatever they want to put out there. But, they just don't trust the media. And a lot of it has to do with they don't trust journalists. Anybody with a camera, I get constantly asked, are you Antifa press? And I kind of look at them. I go, no, I'm an independent journalist, and I tell them who I work for, or where you can find my work. And it's just that they don't trust anybody with a camera. So that's why you get a lot of questioning, and they press you. And hold on one second. I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. I'm going to step out of my room because my friend's coming in and he can't see anything. What do you need me to? Yeah. Okay. My friend's pepper sprayed, so he needs help coming up to the room. He can't really see.
Go do your thing.
So my friend Adam's going to go take care of that.
Okay.
They just don't trust the media. They believe every journalist, everybody with a camera, is the enemy of them or the people because of what Trump has been saying for 4 years.
Well,
so you got to be careful.
We appreciate your work, and I will tell for the 1,000 people watching, John is single, ladies. So get at it. He's a single man.
You can find me in covering things out here if anybody's interested in pepper spray and mace. Then
you hear that? If anyone's interested in a male journalist who's pepper sprayed and mace, he's single, ladies. All right, thanks, man. I'll talk to you in a bit. All right. Hey, why not? If I was single, which I'm not, happily married, I would like a hand. He's single and ready to mingle. So, the point I want to get to here is I said arrest Donald Trump in the headline because the bottom line is, if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, there's a character we've never met called the Mad King. The Mad King. And the Mad King is mad. Donald Trump, and Donald Trump only. Well, there were others too, but Donald Trump, first and foremost, incited what you saw today. Over 5 years, and specifically over 4 or 5 months. He started before the election because he knew, based on the polls, he was going to lose. He started laying the groundwork for an armed insurrection, essentially. He started laying the groundwork for an armed insurrection. That's what today was. A young woman, I have the video. I'm not going to play it because it's horrifying and it's extremely bloody. A young woman was shot dead at the Capitol. I don't know. I don't know if she was one of the Trump supporters. I don't know. I'm live. I don't know who she was. I don't know if she worked at the Capitol. I don't know if she was a Trump supporter. But she's dead. Basically because Convo Couch is still talking to me? Talking about me? Please, get a life. She's dead. Others are wounded. Basically because Donald Trump has daddy issues as a child. Daddy didn't love me. He has severe narcissistic delusions of grandeur. Severe, let me repeat that. Severe narcissistic delusions of grandeur. And Donald Trump, his oxygen is his cult. His oxygen is the adoration from his cult. He, for the last basically 6 months, but more specifically the last month since the election, has totally, as President of the United States, checked out during a deadly pandemic. Do you know that yesterday we had, I think, 3,400 deaths in this country? A record number for the whole pandemic. 3,400 people died. Donald Trump hasn't done a goddamn thing about COVID for months. He lost the pandemic to Donald Trump isn't COVID. It isn't a lot of his supporters who are dying from it. It's, let me call the Georgia Secretary of State. The phone call exists. Go read it. The Washington Post got the phone call and essentially tried to extort the Georgia Secretary of State, saying, find me 11,000 more votes. Find me 11,000 more votes. Or else you might have problems. That's what he said to the Georgia Secretary of State. Can you imagine the type of evil delusions and evil just DNA of a person? That when you were the president, he still is the president. And there are basically every day is another 9/11 in terms of death. And your priority is not that. It's to literally try and overthrow the election in Georgia and Pennsylvania and Arizona and Nevada. This is delusional. It is narcissistic. It is sociopathic. It is psychopathy. And more important, what Donald Trump did is sedition. And this is coming from someone that does not have and hasn't had for years the Trump derangement syndrome that the Young Turks has had, that Rachel Maddow is off on another planet with. I have barely covered Trump. Not because I don't think he's evil, not because I don't think he's a fascist, but because I let everyone else cover the same story. And I fill in the blanks on Flint and pipeline fights and environmental genocide and the controlled demolition of the middle class and Amazon terrorizing communities. That's what we at Status Coup do. We cover Trump here and there, but we don't need to do what 25 other outlets are doing. But when you willingly, basically, not just suggest, but call on, he's directly called on Pence to stop the certification of the Electoral College votes. He directly urged his supporters to go to the Capitol today. When you push that kind of conspiracy and you incite violence, he incited violence and it basically told his supporters, go to the Capitol and overthrow the election results. That's the definition of sedition. That's the definition of treason. And for anyone telling you, oh, Jordan, that's too far, he's just a doofus. For anyone telling you, oh, Jordan, this was just a bunch of people, stupid Trump supporters. A woman is dead. A woman is dead. Shots were fired. Who the hell knows, by the way, what is going to be the snowball effect, the domino effect in states all across the country? There are reports of Trump supporters going to their local cities, city halls, and state capitals. They found explosives at the Republican National Committee. It was detonated safely, thankfully. I mean, I hate the Republicans, but I'm not calling to blow them up. And you shouldn't either. You can hate people for their corruption. You could hate people for their gross indifference to the suffering of the masses. We can try to get them out of office. We can expose them. But we should not, whether not just as progressives, but as people, be calling to execute people, be calling to kill people, bomb people. The change we want is not going to come from that. It's not going to come from violence. It never has. Hold on. Not to name drop, but Jimmy just called me. We cannot allow violence. And let me be clear. You as an audience are free to watch anyone you want. I don't care who you watch. I didn't tell you who to vote for, and I'm not going to tell you who to watch. But please, please, please think when you are hearing. Please think. Hold on. Jimmy called me. I'm calling him. Hello?
Hey, what was that about?
I'm live right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you go.
What was what about? Oh,
After.
yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm getting off soon.
All right, I'll hop into the shower. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Please, do not mindlessly just take whatever journalists tell you as gospel, including me. Ask for evidence. This goes for anything, not just elections or anything else. When outlets are telling you that there is a widespread conspiracy, that has swung hundreds of thousands of votes from Trump to Biden, ask for the receipts, not theories. Holy cow, quick interruption. We are reigning new members right now. Welcome, new member Steve. Welcome, new member Dylan. Welcome, new member David. Welcome, new member Rod, Jeff, Steve, Kirk. Holy cow! We are now at 1,793. We are 7 members away from 1,800. 1,793 members. 1,793 members. Can we get 7 more to hit 1,800? Statuscoup.com/join. Statuscoup.com/join. And by the way, you're not just supporting us for nothing. You get bonus content as a member, including access to our Discord, our members-only Discord, our monthly members-only call with Jen and I, and behind-the-scenes videos. So keep signing up, statuscoup.com/join, $5 a month. Let's get a couple more members so we can get to 1,800. Thank you guys, new members. And by the way, for you new members, you will get a link to join our members-only Discord if you're interested in joining. It's a lot of fun. And like I just said, you'll get a link when we do our monthly members call. So don't just believe breathless propaganda. It's not journalism to continually go live and say the election was stolen from Trump. That ain't journalism. It's not journalism to keep going live and saying, oh, the Democratic Party rigged the primaries. They rigged primaries, so that means this election was stolen. That's not journalism. That's conflating two unrelated things. And why this is so dangerous is because there is a lot of people in this country, including Trump supporters, who are actually not bad people. I've met them. They're not bad people. But when people in a country, and we don't actually live in a country, we live in the United Corporations of America. We live in the United Corporations of America. When people have been economically decimated for 30 to 40 years, when the Democratic Party and the Republican Party have continually sold out the American people, sold their jobs to other countries, offshored their jobs, given major blowjobs to Jeff Bezos and the Waltons and all of the plutocrats running the United Corporations of America. People start looking for who to blame. And in that vacuum steps in somebody like Donald Trump. When people are looking for someone to blame for their economic problems, they are susceptible to believing it's Mexicans, to believing it's Muslims, to believing it's queer people or whomever the Republicans and Trump want to blame. And when you also, excuse my French, oh, my mother's here. I shouldn't have said blowjobs. My mother's here. Sorry, Mom. Love you. Give it up for Lori Sheridan in the super chat. When you have people like Donald Trump who step in that opening, when you don't have an actual opposition party in this country, when you don't have an actual opposition party in this country to combat that fascism. We don't have an opposition party. We have a Republican Party light in the Democratic Party. When you don't actually have anyone and actually have progressives, a progressive party to combat this fascism, the fascism, it's like an accelerant. It continues accelerating. That's why people like Trump have got into power. Because you don't have a real opposition party. We have a corrupt Republican-light Democratic Party. Love you, Mama. We will continue covering this. And I want to show you a few other things if you missed. These are some of the images from the Capitol today. That's a Confederate flag in the Capitol. I'm not calling all of the Trump supporters racist because I think that is a gross generalization and not the case. But there are a lot of racists. I want to play you this clip. This Trump supporter represents a lot of Trump supporters.
And you can't stand there and tell me that it worked. I'm telling you that the bucket of apples had 10 apples in it, and then now it has 8 apples in it, and you're telling me it still has 10 apples in it. You know that's not true. What kind of a life do you think your family, your children, your grandchildren are going to have in this country if these people do what they want to do? You know, I grew up in the 1960s. I was maybe 7 years old during the riots in South Plainfield.
You grew up in the 60s, my people were dying every day. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
The judicial system works.
Yeah.
We trust the process. We vote.
And that changed. There was no racism in the United States. There was no racism. There was none. Now they've recreated racism.
Your world.
They've recreated it.
Not in your world. So all my forefathers who hung on that strange fruit, it did work.
But what do you think? What do you think it's going to do for race relations when they make me pay you for reparations? What do you think that's going to do for race relations, officer? You think it's going to help? You think it's going to make white people like black people? That's what they want to do.
It worked.
That's what they want to do. They're screwing you.
No such thing as racism. No such thing as racism. The white man tells the black police officer, not a fan of cops. Not glorifying the police. I think a lot of them are racist. But that is a white Trump supporter telling a black man. There was never anything. This country was never racist. Roger Stone last night, we showed you, literally said, Donald Trump is the greatest. Actually, let me just get it for you. I'll just find you the clip so you could see exactly what Roger Stone, another winner. You want to know what Roger Stone had to say last night about slavery? Let me find it.
I have two things I want to conclude by saying. One, Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Two, Donald Trump is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln because he freed this slave. We will not let
Roger Stone, a old white dude with a tattoo of Richard Nixon on his shoulder, just called himself a freed slave. I'm not a black person, and that is extremely offensive. And I'm showing you all this. I mean, the list goes on. Here is Trump supporters destroying the media's equipment. I'm not, in love with the corporate media, but look at this. This is the same Trump supporters trying to overthrow the government, trying to overthrow the election results, making a noose out of camera cord. You think we're asking you to be members and sign up as a member to Status Coup for our health? We are at risk because of Donald Trump and this paranoid conspiracy insanity he has put in millions of people's heads. This is Donald Trump's fault. It's Fox News' fault. It's Newsmax's fault. It's OAN's fault. When the country has been economically destroyed, when our money has been stolen for 30 to 40 years, that red line is the bank robbery. That's all of our money going to the big bankers, the fossil fuckers, big pharma, big real estate, Silicon Valley, the military-industrial complex, and all of the corporate criminals. So when that happens for 40 years, people get a little angry economically, and they are very susceptible to people like Donald Trump. And that's what's happening. Wow, thank you so much, Ricky Muni, $99.99, for Lori Chariton for raising a champion. Holy cow, my mother's going to be so proud. Thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you for the amazing donation, and we do love my mother here at Status Coup, for sure. She's wonderful. But I am going to have a talk to her later about some of her political decisions over the years. Just saying. By the way, holy cow, it is raining new Status Coup members. Welcome, new member Kirk, Linen, Muhammad, Marie Josie, Joseph, Dead Already. That's the name I see, Dead Already. And Rosie. We are now at 1,799. 1,799 members. One member away. Colin, if you're watching, can you get me that graphic? 1,799 members. That's one member away from 1,800. Who's going to be the lucky 1800th Status Coup member. Statuscoup.com/join. And we're definitely going to have John. We are definitely going to have John on our next members call. So you could ask him all your questions about his great reporting today. Statuscoup.com/join. 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 Become a member for as low as $5 a month. Join the media revolution. And I just want to tell you, folks, I want to tell you, this is not going to end when Donald Trump leaves the White House. I've been saying this for months. This is not going to end when Donald Trump leaves the White House. And I'll tell you why. As long as we have a Democratic Party in this country that are servants of Wall Street, that are servants of the defense contractors, the military-industrial complex, big real estate, big pharma, Silicon Valley. As long as we do not have an actual opposition party to Donald Trump, to Mitch McConnell, to whatever spawn comes next, whatever mini-Trump comes next, maybe Josh Hawley, maybe Tom Cotton, maybe Don Jr., who knows? As long as we don't have a real opposition party in this country, as long as the Democratic Party continues, and now the Democrats have the White House, they're going to have the Senate. Both Democrats won the Georgia Senate runoffs and the House. As long as they keep giving crumbs to the masses, then these same people are going to be continually brainwashed into thinking the fact that their economic conditions are so bad, the fact that they had their jobs sent to other countries, the fact that they now have to drive Uber and Lyft to make a living, as they're still going to be susceptible to blaming the other. Because they're not going to get any help from an actual progressive opposition party that could actually not just offer platitudes against Donald Trump's hatred, but actually offer actual policies that will help these people. I'm not blaming the Democratic Party for what happened today. Donald Trump is to blame. But when you don't actually have an opposition party to contest, to challenge fascism, this is what you get. A one-lane propaganda party. John just sent me, after doing all of this amazing reporting, John hustled to a Starbucks to upload footage that didn't make the live stream and get us that footage, and I'm uploading it now. So I'm going to show you even more footage that John got right outside the Capitol. It's uploading right now, so give it a few seconds. You are funding this. We don't take any money from, Jeffrey Katzenberg or George Soros or the Koch brothers or any of the usual suspects. We have built this from the ground, from 0 to now 1,799 members because of you. Your membership. Holy cow, we just hit 1,800 members. Holy cow. Woohoo! I got to get a sound effect for that. Holy cow, 1,800 members. Oh, fireworks for everybody. Welcome, new member 1,800, Aviana. New Status Coup member, Aviana. You are lucky number 1,800. Lucky number 1,800. Thank you so much, Aviana. And as a reminder to all our new members signing up today, you will get a link to our Discord, We have a members-only Discord that you're welcome to join, and we do monthly members-only calls with Jen and I. So you'll get access to our Discord, our monthly members calls, and when we post behind-the-scenes video clips. So welcome to the party. 1,800 members. Can I dare to dream? Can I dare to dream of 2,000 members? Possibly by the end of January? Could it happen? 200 more paid members by the end of January? We'll be on the ground covering inauguration. God knows what's going to happen then. After today, we will be there. Thank you, Aviana, and all the other new members. Keep signing up. And breaking news, Twitter says 3 tweets today from President Trump have been removed, and his account will be locked for 12 hours following the removal of these tweets. If the tweets are not removed, the account will remain locked. Oh, my Lord. So now a Twitter standoff between Trump and Twitter. You're about 5 years too late, Twitter. Twitter says 3 tweets today from President Trump have been removed, and his account will be locked for 12 hours following the removal of these tweets. If the tweets are not removed, the account will remain locked. So finally, Silicon Valley, when Donald Trump is on his way out, finally Silicon Valley found its balls. Unbelievable. So I'm just waiting because this is still uploading, so give it a minute, folks. This is more footage that John got today, and you're going to want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, so we're just waiting for that to upload. I can't thank everybody. I mean, we had nearly 30,000 live viewers today at one point. Nearly 30,000 live viewers we had. On Twitter, I think we had 3,000 live. On Twitch, which we never have anyone watching us on Twitch. It was mostly MAGA people, but I think we had like 8,000 on Twitch. By the way, just got a couple more members. Holy cow. Ethan. Welcome, Ethan. Welcome, Raymond. Welcome, Heather. We are now at 1,803. 1,803 Status Coup members. Keep signing up. StatusCout.com/join. StatusCout.com/join. And here we go. I'm just going to upload this. Give it a minute. The footage has uploaded, so I'm now going to be showing it. I'm already seeing it. This is amazing footage John got right, like basically almost inside the Capitol. While you're watching this, keep signing up. You are funding this reporting. You are funding this, and it ain't cheap, and it's also dangerous. Here we go.
Oh shit, I'm not. You gotta play left. We need people!
Watch out! It's a falling down! Push! Don't throw shit! Next wave! Don't hurt down! Don't let him out! Don't let him out! Let's go! Let's go! Take it! Take it! Let's go! Take it out! Take it out! Grab somebody, switch it out! Somebody switch it out! What the goddamn rats you are! Run, motherfuckers! USA! 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 Let it water! Water, water, water! We need fresh patriots to the front! We need fresh people! We need fresh people! Come on! What the fuck are we doing? I can't even see! Let's fucking go! This is our book! If you're able to go, go! We need fresh people! We need fresh people! Make a hole! All right, get ready to push. Come on! Either you let us through, or he doesn't get an ambulance. Either you let us through, or he doesn't get an ambulance. Ryan! Let us through! We need fresh people! We need because I'm breathing. One out. Let me steal back! Let me steal back! Take that goddamn steal! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Shield wall! You guys need to get out, of the way.
I'm gonna let you this way. Gotta get the shield in front, y'all. Let the shield in front.
Shield wall! 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 Shield wall!
Go home! Pick the right side! Go home, man! Hey! Pick this side! Come on! We don't want anything to do with it! Come on, man. You're gonna get switched. Just go home. Come on, guys! Go home! Get on the right side of history! Come on! Don't try to use that stick on me, boy! Just go home! Okay? You see me! Just go home! Talk to your buddies and go home. Don't try to use that stick on me. I'm not hurting you. No stick. Yes, it's our fucking house. We own this house. Get out the citizens of the United States of America. We want our house. Yeah! This is for you too! You guys are too with us! Stop! Stop! We are with you guys! We are with you! You need to arrest those fucking traitors! Don't step in front of us! You need to arrest them because we're fighting our fight! You guys know this! You do the right thing! Do the right fucking thing! We don't want to hurt you guys! Are you okay? Are you okay? Get your breath!
Take our country! This is ours!
You need to, if you're not going to go home, go where you're not needed. Keep going. Back it up! Back it up! We need you to back it up for the right people. We just need to close the door. Come on, buddy. We got it. You got it. We have it. Back it up!
My fucking God. Oh my God. I have seen a lot of things. Like, I saw a lot of things at Standing Rock. I've seen a lot of things in Flint. I've seen a lot of things at Black Lives Matter protests. I've seen a lot of things at MAGA rallies. I have not seen anything like that, possibly ever in the field. Maybe at Standing Rock, but that was like an insane movie. John deserves an award. He deserves a congressional medal. Yes, Chris. He deserves the Pulitzer, a medal, a bath. I am very worried about him right now when it comes to coronavirus, so we'll definitely have to get him tested. The shit he just saw, God, thank God this man is tough mentally. Because that was insane. By the way, thank you so much, Ricky Muni, $99.99, for Lori Chariton for raising a champion. I'll tell her you said that. Ricky Muni, another $99.99. This is my first part of an exclusive donation for John. For some reason, that's the limit my YouTube has. Fantastic work. Stay safe and smart while dealing with those lunatics. I shall. And by the way, if you came to this late, we gave John a pretty significant bonus earlier today for this amazing reporting. So we treat our people right. We definitely gave John a financial bonus for the amazing footage today. But, I mean, it just doesn't... What you just saw was absolutely bonkers. What you just saw is absolutely bonkers. And what you just saw, that insanity, these maskless Trump people, they are there because Donald Trump put it in their head that their country was stolen from them, that this election was rigged. Donald Trump is why they were there. That's why I made the headline, Arrest Donald Trump. Donald Trump put the paranoia in these people's heads. Donald Trump put the delusions in these people's heads. Donald Trump put the conspiracy that hundreds of thousands of votes were switched from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. Donald Trump put in their head the conspiracy that mail-in ballots are fraud, that mail-in ballots are illegal. Donald Trump put it in their head that the election observers were being stopped. Republican election observers were being blocked from observing the counting of ballots on election night. We were there. We reported. We actually spoke. Jen and I spoke with a Republican poll watcher who was inside the Philadelphia Convention Center. We spoke with a Republican poll watcher who was inside the Philadelphia Convention Center, where, by the way, a family from Virginia drove up with guns intending to shoot up the Philadelphia Convention Center. Luckily, they were stopped by the FBI because Donald Trump put it in their head that the poll watchers, Republicans, were being stopped from observing the vote counting. We spoke with a Republican poll watcher. She said, not only is this room littered with Republican poll watchers, they're not stopping us from watching or observing the counting of votes. They're stopping us from hovering over the poll watchers that were hovering over the election officials counting the votes because of coronavirus. They weren't letting people be right on top of each other. This is the work of Donald Trump. Let me read some super chats. Keep it coming in the super chat. By the way, Mary Bishop, Mary Bishop, $50 in the super chat. Thank you so much. Another wonderful super chat. Crediting my mother for raising me. Thank you, Mary, for the $50. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Wow, this is a long list. Self-taught artist, 1999. Jordan is my eyes and ears. Don't say Jordan. Jordan wasn't there. John today was your eyes and ears. He deserves awards for this reporting. John was your eyes and ears. Let me read the others. Breathwhite, $5. I don't agree with what happened today. However, politicians have been ignoring the needs of Americans for decades. It's about time they feel some fear. I agree with you. Politicians should feel fear. Fear of losing power, not fear of death. That's where we have to draw the line. We should make them fear us that they are going to lose their seats. They're going to lose their elections if they don't stop selling us out. But we should not be endorsing that we are going to make them feel fear physically or for their lives. That makes us no better than these people out there today. Not that I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm saying we should not be threatening politicians or anybody else's lives. Dan, $10. 25th Amendment. At this point, yeah. Robin, $5. Thank you. Crazy Dreamer, $5. So thankful for your coverage of this today. Most of the news coverage I've seen today of this terrorist act used status coup footage. You damn right they did, and they're paying for it. We got several requests from ABC News and a couple other outlets to use our footage. So our footage is being distributed, and we are licensing a lot of the footage to outlets. So Status Coup is getting crucial revenue from John's reporting today which is going to help us do more of this reporting. And don't you worry, we're taking care of John. We're not greedy. We are taking, not going to get into detail what the bonus was, but it was a hefty bonus. Jen, would you say it was a hefty bonus? I'd say it was a hefty bonus. More super chats. Dan, Thomas, $1.99. Thank you. DID, $9.99. Thank you. Gene, $4.99. Thank you. And by the way, Gene, $4.99 in the super chat and $100 in the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. Newsmax and others are saying Antifa is responsible for those breaking into the Capitol building. Denial and a lack of concern for truth. Honestly, Newsmax and all of these outlets, in my view, should be taken off the air. You could call it censorship if you want, but you do not have a right. The Constitution does not grant you a right as Newsmax or Fox News or OANN or any of these outlets that have been fanning the flames and inciting violence. I said the same thing for Alex Jones. You have a right to free speech. You do not have a right to inciting violence. That is not legal. There are laws against inciting violence. You do not have a free speech First Amendment right to stoke paranoia, stoke fears, and incite violence. All of these outlets, Fox, Newsmax, OANN, have been stoking this paranoia, have been basically looking the other way, and in some cases, Newsmax and OANN calling for people to go to the Capitol today. That's not free speech. And if you think it's free speech, you're confusing free speech and inciting violence. When Alex Jones says, get your guns and let's meet at the town square, that ain't free speech, and you don't have a constitutional protection to say those things on a private platform. You don't. I'm not saying every single person at Fox or these places is terrible, but there have been anchors like Lou Dobbs at Fox News and the hell's his name on Newsmax? Forget his name. That have basically been calling for an insurrection to stop the steal. That's not free speech. That's illegally inciting violence and, frankly, treason. If you don't agree, I don't know what to tell you. Ricky Muni, $4.99. Can you please detail what the First Amendment right gives us? Where it's in and where it's not. Not that your audience needs it, but for education. I think I just did. First Amendment, you're free to say what you want. You're freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, but you're not free to scream fire in a crowded theater. You're not free to basically call for armed violence. You are not free to call for the coup of a government. You are not free to call and urge political supporters to storm the Capitol and harm politicians, commit violence on politicians if you don't overthrow the election results for which you have no actual evidence were stolen. That ain't the First Amendment. And for anyone telling you that's First Amendment, they need to reread the Constitution. Zachary Fluke, fucking tell him, Jordan. I will. The best alpaca, $9.99. Thank you for not stopping your fight for democracy and for what's right. We always will. Even though we don't live in a democracy, we'll fight for it. Clint K, $1.99, $5. And the network news reporters were half a mile saying, I feel threatened by this crowd, but don't worry about me. Make no mistake, as far as I could tell, John Farina deserves an award for his coverage today. I haven't seen any footage like this. Any footage like this. John Farina did it with Status Coup. And oh, by the way, you remember when we did this GoFundMe? We're still doing it. We've raised over $135,000. Unlike some other quote-unquote independent outlets that beg you for money every day and then bloviate from their studio as a slightly edgier version of MSNBC, they don't actually report in the field. They don't actually do anything other than rant about Trump 24/7, rant about Russia 24/7. Not naming names, just, certain outlets. We took the hard-earned money you gave us and we bought a $25,000 live view. And that is what John was shooting on today. The live view is our unit. It costs $25,000 just to get the unit. And then every month, it's costing us about $600 to $700 just to use it. The data plan, the server to the live view, it's kind of complicated. But you funded that. You helped us buy that live view. Your membership, your GoFundMes, your Super Chats are helping us afford it on a monthly basis. The data plan, the server, we might want to get an upgrade. There's now the LiveView 800. We have the LiveView 600. We want to upgrade, but it costs money. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Yeah, I didn't see TYT there today. Maybe I missed them. Elisa, $5 in the Super Chat. As a nurse, that is a COVID orgy fest. Thank you for your bravery to show us real on-the-ground footage. Yes. And by the way, it's not just that John is risking his safety because of this craziness. He's risking his health. Let's not forget, over 3,400 people died yesterday in America because of COVID. This, what you saw today, is going to be a massive super spreading event. And John has risked himself. I am going to make him get a COVID test in a few days. Probably 5 days, because if you get it, it might not show up on a test right away. Thank you. We got also $50 in the GoFundMe from John. Jennifer, $50 in the GoFundMe. Holy cow. So, Jennifer, $50. John, $50. Adam, $25. Jamil, $10. Anonymous, $10. Anonymous, $50. Anonymous, $5. Brad, $40. Woohoo! Keep it coming, folks. And as a reminder, we are reigning new Status Coup members. We are now at 1,808. 1,808 members. So, Colin, if you're around, if you could update the graphic, we are now at 1,808 Status Coup members. Holy cow. Thank you, Tom. $50 just now in the Super Chat. Holy cow. We're going to have to give John maybe a little bit more because we're making a lot of money. Keep it coming. We really appreciate it. And by the way, this money is not going so we could go to the casino. It's so we could fund more reporting. And in 2021, our goal is to hire another full-time reporter and hire a full-time marketing and business development person. Because if we could hire another marketing and business development person, it would free Jen up to do more investigative reporting, which she's very good at. Let me read some more super chats. Eric G, $20. Thank you, Jordan and crew, for this outstanding work. Thank you. Gene, $10. Wow, that is amazing. Ricky, $4.99. Is this footage Status Coup exclusive? If so, you've already won 1 million hearts for being right in the middle and recording conversations. Literally, as I'm live, Jen is communicating with a media outlet. We might sell it to them exclusively to get the fund money that we need. Progressive Rocker, $5. Did you know that Fox News has been reporting that there was basically no violence done by this peaceful group? Not that all was violent, but of course. Up is down, right. Up is down is up. The sky is green. Fox News calls Black Lives Matter protesters terrorists, and they call fucking Klan members trying to fucking overthrow the government just peaceful protesters out for a walk. That's Fox News. Not shocked. Not shocked at all. Carol K, $10. Thank you so much. Durag, 95, $5. They wanted authoritarianism. They could have it. It's true. Nas, $10. Wow, on dangerous grounds. Amazing work, John. Stay safe. Susan, $5. Thank you, Susan. Zachary, $4.99. Bless, man. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for your generosity in keeping Status Coup going and for donating more money than the rest of us can. Also, hashtag 25th Amendment now. Yes, thank you, Zachary and Peter, who donated $500. Amazing generous donation. Tobias, €5. Is that pounds or euros? €5. Thank you. Thomas, $1.99. PJ Maxx, $5. Keep up the good work. Jane Tube PDX, $9.99. TW, $4.99. Great work today, guys. Thomas Hoarder, $2. Thank you, John, and a bunch of hearts. John with a bunch of hearts. I'll send him your love. Lewis, $5. Thank you. Thomas, $2. Haven't wanted to cry for my country this much since 9/11. Wow. The Bam, $5. Thanks, John. Mary Bishop, $50. This is for Lori for raising you to think and care, Jordan. Rock on, mama. I'll tell her you said so. Thank you so much. Thomas Hoarder, $5. It's like an episode of some TV show called Extreme Sovereign Citizens. Thank you so much for the donation. Let's see. Sir Bikes a Lot, $5. Why isn't that guy not thanking that cop for his service? Nas, $4.99. Twitter finally locked Trump's Twitter account. 4 years too late. Adam R, $4.99. My favorite part of all today is these protesters carrying "Don't Tread on Me" flags while directly advocating for authoritarianism. Bingo. Thomas, $2. Is anybody else holding back tears? Medicare for all is possible. I'm holding back rage. And I do think Medicare for all is possible if the progressives in the House would get their head out of their ass, forced to vote. Progressive Rocker, $5. I don't know if anyone else got footage like this, but I didn't see it. Amazing. Thank you, John. Go Status Coup. Agreed. Ricky Muni, $4.99. Jen, you'll kick COVID out of your system and be back in full health. You are strong. Jordan, not all Silicon Valley is malicious. We voted for Bernie. You're right. There are some nerds. No, I'm just kidding. There are some Silicon Valley people that are progressive and are Bernie bros. So I stand corrected. Thank you. Holy cow, Ricky Muni, $99.99. Like I said, this is my second exclusive donation for John's risky reporting today. Ricky, thank you so much for that generous donation. I think that's your second. Thank you so much. Ice Leviathan, $20. Great job on all the reporting. Not easy work. Appreciate it. Artificial Morphison, $20. Not only am I a member, but also Super Chat. I support reporting on the ground with a left viewpoint. Call them terrorists, not protesters. If they were BLM, the cops would shoot them, and NPR would normalize it. You damn fucking right. By the way, you want to hear crime of the century kind of stuff? 13, maybe it's updated now, 13 arrests. 13 arrests. Can you imagine if these were black people? Hold on. Can you imagine if these were Black Lives Matter protesters? Can you imagine if this was Antifa? Can you imagine if this were Native Americans protesting a pipeline? Can you imagine if this was hashtag force the vote people? Hashtag, Sunrise Movement people? Dreamers, DACA? But because they're a bunch of lunatic, heavily white supremacists, 13. We don't want to go over the top, DC police says. And, benefit of the doubt, I will say, benefit of the doubt, they were extremely outmanned. I don't know who at the DC police was in charge of planning. This was totally inevitable. They were aware this many people were coming. They were aware they were not coming to have a cup of tea with the government. But 13 arrests? It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's absolutely disgusting and mind-blowing. 13 arrests. By the way, couple new members. Welcome, new Status Coup member. Hold on. Welcome, new Status Coup member, Christopher and Kyle. We are now at 1,809. 1,809 Status Coup members. Keep signing up. StatusCout.com/join. You'll get access to our members-only Discord and our monthly members call. I can't wait. We're going to have John on the monthly members call. I know you're going to have a lot of questions for him. We'll do that probably in a week or two, our monthly members call. Join in, statuscoup.com/join. Now we're on the march. We're on the march to 2,000 members. We recently passed 100,000. Keep it coming, statuscoup.com/join. $5 a month. That is 16 cents a day. Let's see. Super chat. Sea Monkey, $10. Incredible you were able to document this. Aaron, $4.99. No words. Ricky, $4.99. They are only brave in groups. Cowards, MFs, and hopefully, and I'm sure DHS, FBI, Secret Service will restore order. Ricky Muni, $99.99. This is my first part of my exclusive donation for John. For some reason, that's the limit on YouTube. Huh. You don't even want to know how much YouTube takes out of these super chats. Half a ball, $2 for John and the Coup. Felipe Fernandez, $4.99. This camera dude does not give a single fuck. He's really in there. Shout out, $5 in the bucked for a well-deserved beer. Ari and the Evs, $5. Here's $5 for the wall to keep those nuts out. And I'm moving to Mexico better. Dicta, $5. This was crazy. Robert Copeland, $10. John needs a bigger bonus for filming this. We're probably going to have to give him a bigger one. You're right. Marco, $5. Wow, just wow. Barton King, $5. Thank you for all you do. Moosey, $2. Thanks for this content. What a shit show. Winter Val Fan, $4.99. Larry Nieves, $5. Wish they were that passionate when BLM and innocent people get killed by the cops. Wouldn't that be nice? Beauty and the Dia Bates, $4.99. Here's a little combat pay for John. He's an amazing reporter. I agree. Swirly Swirl, $5. John won himself a well-needed vacation. Agreed. Austin F, $3. Elisa Casanavas, $5. As a nurse, this is a COVID orgy. Thank you for your bravery to show us real on-the-ground footage. Progressive Rocker, $5. Jordan, can you address the prob this revealed? How minimal security is at our government? What if this had been a true enemy who wanted to topple USA? I don't know if the problem is minimal security of our government. I think the DC police was widely unprepared for this. They should have had way more police surrounding the Capitol. So I don't know if it's not enough police in DC. at the Capitol, I think this was a major failure of D.C. police, to be honest. Tom Burnett, $50. Thank you so much, Tom. Randy the Wild Horse, $10. I wish I could give more. We appreciate anything you could give. By the way, we really appreciate all of these amazing super chats. I know times are tough for everybody, so we really, really appreciate your support because we are grassroots funded. A lot of places say they're independent. A lot of places say they're grassroots. Not so much. Ice Leviathan, $20. Great job. Great job on all the reporting. Not easy work. Greed. Artificial Morphison, $20. Not only am I a member, but I also super chat. I support reporting on the ground with a left viewpoint. I agree. Thank you, John. Artificial Morphison. Jessica Soler, $9.99. Thank you for documenting history and the people making it. Stretching our subscription dollars to the max. Hope you charge the MSN top dollar on that footage. You better damn fucking believe we are. We'll give you. Well, maybe we'll tell you tomorrow once it's all done. And thank you, Joanna, $5. Thank you for reporting from the Capitol. Any updates from other cities like Olympia, Portland, Oregon? I'm alive, so I don't know yet what's going on elsewhere. Before I went live, I saw some stuff going on in Texas and other states. So I unfortunately think this might spread to other places. So we will see. We will see. All right, folks. I have to get going to handle some of the other stuff, trying to get this footage out more. We might be live again tomorrow because we believe there will be more stuff going on tomorrow. Thank you to John for this great reporting and this great footage. Check back to the channel because we're going to be posting more on the channel from today. If you're not a Status Coup member yet, please consider signing up for just $5 a month. $5 a month funds this. Every membership counts. We have people at $5 a month. We have people at $10 a month. We have people at $20 a month. We have people that pay $179 annually instead of monthly. It is truly, truly important that we grow our membership because we're not a one-trick pony. This isn't our first rodeo. We've been around the country, Flint many times, staying on the coverage of the water crisis. We've been at multiple cities covering fights against pipelines. We were in Detroit and Ohio when General Motors laid off 15,000 people. We were in Seattle covering Jeff Bezos's economic terrorism, Amazon's economic terrorism against its people. And we're going to continue covering. And we were on the ground covering black men being executed police long before George Floyd. And we have done this through you. We have never taken a dime from corporations, big banks, fossil fuckers, big pharma, big real estate, defense contractors, Silicon Valley, none of them. Our funding comes from you and only you. Thank you for watching. Check back for more footage. Make sure you're on our text list also. If you're not on our text list, you might miss when we're live because we send it a text message when we're live. To get on our text list, text text COUP to 370-370. That's text 370-370 and coup to get on our text list. Thanks for watching. Talk to you